This shit whack. It's like a rabbit hole. And the more and more you question things that they done, like the deeper and deeper you kind of get into it. For example, they canceled PvE. They say that, they're just they can't do it. They don't got the staffing to do it, or it's gonna be too much work. They can't promise, make do on that original promise that they made, so on and so forth. But it's like, okay, you can't do that. But the whole reason for Overwatch 2, or the primary reason for Overwatch 2, scrapping the old game, changing the entire formula, one of the main draws to that was the PvE. That's where it starts, right? That's where it starts. The whole reason that they scrapped the first original game was because of PvE. That was the basis. So them canceling what originally was supposed to be PvE kind of invalidates that entire move. But then when you take a step back and you're just like, okay, they announced PvE back in 2019, meaning prior to 2019, they had already been working on this for at least 2 years. Like at least 2 years. They started working on it before they actually announced it. Meaning from around 2017 till now, they've had plenty of time to make that determination of whether or not they could actually do it. Like, what changed between 2017 and 2019 and 2019 and now to the point where they're just like, we can't do this. Like, it took you 5 years to realize you couldn't do it. That doesn't make a lot of sense, especially for a company as big as Blizzard. Then it starts to get you thinking a little bit more, where it's just like, it definitely didn't take you 5 years to realize that you couldn't do it. You definitely realized this way further down the line. Or what I've actually heard, or what's also being speculated, and would actually make a little bit more sense, is they knew they couldn't do that original idea for Overwatch 2 PvE before it even came out. Like, they already knew they couldn't do it, but they're gonna push it through anyway, because think about how much money they've generated now, because we switched from pay $20. You can pay to get more skins, but really you could just get skins just by playing the game, so on and so forth. They took all of that away to go freemium, where now anybody could play the game, but now there's a battle pass, and now you fucking skins are $20 fucking per fucking skin, pretty much. It's a cash grab. Like, it was a cash grab at like a crazy level, because you see things like this from smaller studios all the time, because it's just like they're smaller, a lot less to lose here, and their game may have taken maybe like $10 to make, but if they make $20, it's worth that profit, so on and so forth. That's terrible. It's terrible to actually consider that they knew that they couldn't do this years before they actually told us that they couldn't do this, but they still pushed that Overwatch 2 anyways. I think all of us coming to a consensus that Overwatch 2 was just made as a cash grab, like as a way to generate more money for the game, because the prior way was probably not making them enough money, honestly. I think before Overwatch 2 became free, Overwatch 1 was like $20. You paid $20 and you're gaming. And then you could get plenty of skins just by playing the game. And then loot boxes made it a lot more interesting, in my opinion. But the idea of getting a loot box and then potentially getting a skin, it was just like, that's cool. I got plenty of skins that came over from Overwatch 1, just because those are ones that I got from random loot boxes. I really didn't spend much money on that game, but I do have a couple of legendary skins. And now Blizzard's looking at somebody like me that's just like, nah, that's money out of our pockets. Now, anytime you want to get a skin, you can get technically any skin you want, which is one thing, but now it's more expensive. You gotta come out of pocket $20, $30 to get like bundles or whatever, which is more money in their pocket. So I think as long as we all come to the consensus that Overwatch 2 was like it's a bait and switch. I think that's the best way to put it, a bait and switch. To be honest, I personally don't hold no weight or don't give any weight to these companies or these games. If I feel like there's a company expressing some kind of disingenuous acts or being like really grimy, I have no problem just not playing your game, not showing support, not throwing money at it. I think the only problem with the gaming community is there's still a lot of people that for some reason like get so attached to these games. Like, I know there's other shit to play. Like, there's plenty of other shit to play. What happened? No, I don't care. There are so many other games to play. And again, as a gaming community, I think we really need to start coming together and putting it where it hurts. You gotta show these companies that they can't just fucking do whatever they want, and at least in terms of affecting the consumers, because this shit is ridiculous. They get away with this, then other companies see, wow, a big ass company like that got away with a bait and switch. Now we can do a bait and switch, because shit's gonna slide, and the motherfuckers aren't gonna give enough of a fuck to actually do anything about it, And the action that you have to take is so simple. Delete the game. Just delete it. Matter of fact, there's gonna be a live tutorial, son. A live tutorial. Absolutely not. Oh, they released an update. Aww, isn't that cute? I was trying to update. Nah, son. Stop right there. Stop you right there, King. Boom. Are you sure you wish to uninstall Overwatch 2? See, they try to trick you with the big blue button. No. Get off my hard drive. Boom. And it's done. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. Boom. You did your part. And you know what? You go do something else with your time. That's it. That's it. Easy as fuck. Whatever it may be. But Overwatch, I'm not doing it no more. I have no, like I said, me as a gamer, I don't hold any candle to any of these companies. If I feel like you fucking over me or you're doing some scummy practices, even though it may not affect me, can't let that shit slide. So, especially when all I gotta do is not play your game. Bro, I got so much shit to do. You know how many games I have to play? I have to beat Star Wars Survivor, still playing that game. Tears of a Kingdom came out. You know what? Tears of the Kingdom came out, and I realized, like, damn, I have Breath of the Wild, and I never beat that shit. So I'm beating Breath of the Wild first before I go into Tears of the Kingdom. So that's like fucking 1,000,000,001 hours of more games that I can fucking be doing. Bro, there's so much other shit to do. There's so many other games coming out, bro. Expand your horizons. This may be your call to try something different. If all you've ever played is shooters like Overwatch, try something different. Try like, I know once Diablo 4 is gonna come out, I'm gonna try that. I've got the fighting game community going crazy right now. If you never tried a fighting game before, it might be your time to like give it a fucking shot, cause this shit about to be crazy with Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, fucking Budokai Tenkaichi, the new Storm game, bro. This shit about to be crazy. There's so many other games to play other than fucking Overwatch, especially when it's coming from a company that's like deliberately trying to fuck you over. Like, they are trying to fuck you. Well, they kind of did already, cause they got my money. I bought every battle pass since the game came out, expecting something else to come out of this motherfucker, and just to learn out, like, nah, they just fucking us over, point blank period. It's just like, okay, fuck it. Like, alright, Dustin and win. I'll make more money tomorrow. Whatever. Shrug my shoulders and just keep it pushing. I wish everybody could just follow my lead, and then we'll put so much pressure on Blizzard to make good on their promise. Like, best example before the video ends, I just want to point out one example of a company that did the exact same thing. No Man's Sky. No Man's fucking Sky. Literally broken promises day one. And look at it now. After motherfuckers clowned it for years, fucking niggas refunded the shit out of that game. They went back and they fucking fulfilled their promise. Everything that they promised is in the game now, times 10. And they're still coming up with crazy ass updates that nobody's really asking for. It's like that amount of pressure that they got turned their game from a bust to probably one of the best space exploration games out, at least right now, that the normal person can play. Because Star Citizen is there, but even with my computer, with my 3080, my i9 and 64 gigabytes of RAM, still can't run that thing perfectly. But No Man's Sky, you can run on any fucking console. It's cross-play. You can play with your friends. Bro, there's so much better that Blizzard as a company can be doing, and they're deliberately choosing not to. So, they gotta learn. The consumers have to teach the lesson, and I hope that others will partake.